We all know camper life hits a little different in Australia, and today we're checking out a teardrop camper that definitely plays by its own rules. At first glance, it looks familiar, but once you start digging in, you realize this one has a few clever tricks up its sleeve. This little rig comes from Wombat Conversions, an Australian-born outfit known for building a range of RV and camper gear. Among their lineup sits this teardrop trailer, but calling it traditional would be a stretch. You see, most teardrops hide a kitchen at the rear, which is usually one of the best parts. Wombat flips that idea on its head, because there's no rear galley here at all. Instead, the back of the camper is purely your entry point into a warm, weatherproof interior. Yep, no galley in the classic teardrop sense. The rear is all about access, and that's because this is a pop-top design. The entire interior stays sealed up while you're on the move, and once you're parked, the roof pops up to give you usable space inside. The shell itself appears to be fiberglass, which is always a solid choice when it comes to durability and long-term use. The pop-top makes a lot of sense when you think about Australia's harsh conditions. Dust, water, rocks, and endless corrugations can absolutely punish campers out in the outback. With this setup, everything stays sealed while you're driving. And once you're set up at camp, the canvas sides are all that separate you from the outside world. It's a smart balance between protection and simplicity. Another big win with this design is weight. By skipping fixed walls, Wombat keeps the trailer as light as possible, which means it can be towed by vehicles with much smaller engines. In fact, Wombat even mentions trikes as a towing option, which is kind of wild when you think about it. Just imagine cruising down the road, catching up to what looks like a teardrop camper, only to realize it's being towed by a Can-Am Spider or something similar. That's one of those double-take moments where you'd seriously consider pulling over just to ask where that camper came from. Once you reach camp, setup is refreshingly simple. Park it, stabilize it, walk around to the back, and pop the roof. Air springs help with the lift, making the process easy and quick. With the roof up, the rear door is exposed, and you can step straight inside. Inside, things are compact, as you'd expect. At the front of the camper, you'll find some storage cabinets, a small control area, speakers, and a bit of lighting. Nothing excessive, just the essentials laid out cleanly. Drop your eyes down and you're greeted by a double bed that's clearly meant for 2 people, and no more than that. Storage lives underneath the bed, and once again, air springs make lifting it up effortless. Wombat has even divided that storage area into sections, so you can organize your gear properly. There's room for things like a portable toilet, which is always good to see in a camper this size. At the foot of the bed, there's a small cubby, and across from it, space where a fridge could be added. That cubby could also double as a spot for a portable cooktop if you wanted to keep things flexible. Side windows on both sides of the bed let in light and fresh air, which helps the space feel less closed in. Back outside, there's another neat detail. One image on Wombat's site shows a drawer built into the left side of the camper. In classic Aussie fashion, this could be a great place to run a cooktop setup, though space is definitely limited, so you'll want to keep things minimal. That brings us to the reality check. This camper is small, and it's not really designed for long-term living, unless you've got a capable tow vehicle and extra storage options. There's not much room inside for water tanks, large power systems, or bulky camp furniture. If you do bring chairs and a table, they'll need to be compact and foldable. Pricing is the one thing that isn't totally clear, but from what I could find, Wombat campers can sell for as low as around 10,000 Australian dollars, which works out to roughly 6,500 US at current exchange rates. Even if a new one lands closer to around 12 grand US, that still feels like decent value for a simple, well-thought-out teardrop with a unique twist. So now I'm curious, what would you be willing to pay for a compact but clever teardrop camper like this? Would you run one behind a car, a 4x4, or maybe even a trike?